unfairly. And we think that we've been treated unfairly by life. Look at that. Look at the skin he gave me. God, why? Look at my nose, look at my hair. At 40 years old, I didn't have any hair anymore. My teeth are falling down. I already had cancer. Why, God? We think that, you see, all these things. See, I look at my children, I look at my wife, I look at my lot, and there is where is that, guys? We compare ourselves. And we think that, well, next life, if I believe in reincarnation, well, because I can go to heaven, maybe in heaven I'm going to have a good place. And when I go to heaven, I see that the rascal is right next to me. What the heck are you doing here?
You're not happy there either. You're not happy there
That's
either.
right, I'm not happy there either. But they give you a position way back there, and God is way out there, You gotta have, and then they gave me the messed up glasses to look at God, Anyway, so that's the idea. So this teaching needs to be taken personally. Personally. Okay. So he says, what about the personal wisdom? What about the wise person who is active? Activity does not change the person's wisdom. There is no change because there is no doership or enjoyership. No I notion in a person. Shanti alone remains. Okay, the kartatvam is gone. You know that, right?
Shanti is in this case, it's not a noun, is it? Is it a noun?
Shanti is a noun? What do you mean by a noun?
Shanti.
Yeah, it's a state of being.
State of being. Okay.
Isn't it?
You are at peace.
Yeah,
Right? That's what.
it's a state of being. In other words, that's your nature, Shanti, actually. It could be relative or it could be absolute, isn't it? I don't know if technically Shanti is relative or absolute, but it's a state of being. That's why he says right here, he says Shanti alone remains. In other words, that equanimity, that fullness remains. Shanti means in this case fullness also. All right? So, you want to continue reading, Amma?
Yeah. Let the person be engaged in the world, or let the world enter into the person. Either way, it is the same. Whether he or she is enjoying or doing, that is Shanti. When the world enters into the person, or the person does something, he or she does not become an enjoyer or a doer. Enjoyership and doership are both negated in the wise person. Although there is a seeming enjoyership and doership, essentially they are not there. This is what we call Bhagita, meaning that through knowledge, the reality of doership and enjoyership centered on I is sublated.
What does that mean, sublated?
Negated.
Negated.
It's like an apartment, You don't have any ownership.
You release it. Can you do that? Can we do that? Have we done that?
Subletting you.
To subletting?
No, that is a difference. That is S-U-B-L-E-T. That is sublet.
Sublated.
Sublate.
No, I'm talking about have we sublate? Are we able to sublate at this level in some way?
No.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Let's suppose, for example, that mistakenly, you are giving credit for something you didn't have anything to do with. You were just an instrument. And then someone wants to give you credit for it. And you just, hey, listen, I have nothing to do with it. I'm just a peon in this thing here. And not out of false humility. Listen, you let it go, isn't it? It's not me. Oh, yeah, of course, I'm in front. You see me up front here. Like, for example, in this case, an ambassador of our nation. Right? He is honored. He is given the best place in the house. When he walks into a place, trumpets start, drums start drumming and all that stuff, isn't it? Right? the president. Ta, 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 ta. And the guy walks in, presidential. When are they doing it to him? He's a fool. Takes it, they're doing it to me. That guy's got a problem, isn't it? He needs to what? If he's smart, what does he do?
I think he is for the position. Not
It
for him as a person.
is a presidency, not the
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
See the idea? So he then gives it up. Let's go. Let's it go. It's going right here. What is this center is sublated? You know, he sublates the honors. The how do you call this? The ambassador. He's dined and drank and everything else and all that stuff, taken all over the place, limousines and motorcycles and all that stuff all over the place. Special vehicles with special license plates and you know, a staff of people, you know, retinue, everybody, Your Excellency, you know. If he takes it and he thinks that it's him, it's not a mistake. It is for the country he represents, the nation he represents. The same with the president. It is an important possibility, you know, for every one of us that we play certain roles, and all those roles are just roles. We have to somehow, you see, this dharma, what is correct in this case, is to recognize that I am his instrument. It is because of his grace that I can talk. It is because of his grace that I can think. It is because of his grace I have those faculties. See, it is all his grace. I remember Swamiji used to do that a lot. You know, especially Swamis, you know. And you Indian guys can actually corrupt a guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys can corrupt a fella, you know. You know what you do to these people? You adore them, isn't it? You just completely drop on the ground and you touch their feet.
We try to corrupt the people even here.
Well, yeah, well, you're not trying to corrupt the Swamis. You're not trying to
No,
corrupt
I
the
know.
people. You're attempting at that. You just completely go down there because of culture. Some of you feel it, sometimes you don't. But that's immaterial. But this fellow feels these people. Wow!
Yeah.
And they bring their children to be touched and all this stuff. And he puts a hand and all that stuff. And, you know, and they do this pada puja, you know, pada puja, you know.
We
It's
do
a,
that.
huh?
We do it, it's customary.
Okay, right, it's customary. And this fella is not, doesn't know the Atma. He doesn't know he's just, his creator put him there and so on and so on. He doesn't, so I would say, what do you call it? He doesn't sublate that. He's got a big problem. Now, it doesn't mean that he shouldn't do it. That's not the point.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the person should not allow himself, you know, to sit and do somebody else pada puja. But you better know. You know what Swami should say? Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh no. It is to him, not to me.
He's sublating.
Sublating.
It's a short for us.
Huh? And he will mean it too.
Right, it was the gun, yeah.
Because he can say the words and not mean it. You know, it makes him sound even better. You know, he goes like this, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And then he goes, wow, this is wonderful, yes. Isn't it? You know, people in power get corrupted like that. You can see somebody, how do you call this? How do you call this?
Purple heart.
Policeman. No, policeman.
Oh, the tin star.
Yeah,
Tin star.
a tin thing. You know, or you give me some, or put somebody behind a counter. Just give any guy behind the counter, and this fellow becomes boom.
Loaded.
Yeah.
And says, "Sir," somebody comes and says, "Sir, yes."
I know one manager, this is true. He told his secretary, when he first got a job as a position as a manager, that's why I say we do it even here. This
Yeah.
happened to be an Indian guy. He tells his secretary, you know, in India, the relationship between manager and secretary, is like a slave and a master. He said that. Not only that, I think within a week or so, this it was his manager's birthday. So his wife from home calls his secretary and says, "It's my husband's birthday. I want you to celebrate in the office. So go and get a cake and all." She's telling the American secretary. She said,
Good to hell.
Go fly a kite.
Fly a kite. Good for the American liberated women. They forget you.
Oh
She
yeah.
was Indian, if she was Indian, she would go.
Well, there is a movie called Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't seen the movie, but
Driving
nice.
Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
Beautiful movie.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
So anyway, so that's the idea. Now, all of us, listen please, all of us, if we want to find out how to act, so there will be dharmic, so there will be, let's say, healthy, so that this yo-yo or deflation, inflation doesn't happen. We need to become ambassadors of the Lord. Any sevak, any person that gives service of any kind, should see those are he or she is serving as manifestations of the Lord Himself. Okay, and then, and by His grace, again, this talent, it could be from building a fence, to selling whatever, it should be done with an attitude. This is called a beautiful attitude, like that. Because otherwise, if you don't sublate that, then what it is, you're actually setting yourself up for suffering.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, a lot of the reasons for people suffering is that. We need to, we expect to be worshipped. We expect to be accepted. In other words, we don't want people to insult us. However, the possibility of being insulted is always there present, isn't it? But then we don't want it to happen. We want only hunky-dory stuff. That's a big problem. See, when I'm doing that, then I'm opening myself to be heard. Is that right?
Yep.
So somehow I had to start. See, that's why I said before, it's the letting go
Yep.
is important.
There you go.
The letting go is important. Do the thing
Drop it.
and go to the next thing and let it go. Observe it if you want to manage it, okay, and now see how it worked out, and maybe you make an adjustment, but don't dwell on that thing.
Yep, that's common.
And just let it go. I mean, you did the best you could. At that moment, some things didn't occur to you. So, but if you start dwelling upon it, you just compound the situation.
And also, you really think, if you don't drop it and move on, you're really wasting the time or the energy you need to put it on the other stuff which you need to be.
That's correct. So it is a very good exercise to drop it. In order to be able to bring the mature person out of me. In other words, every time you drop it, you ratchet up one not more notch in the thing of maturity.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, the most successful managers, I'm talking not just successful in terms of performance, but in terms of their life, are those who are able to do the thing, make mistakes, and then learn from them, be available to learn from them, and go on to the next one.
Yep.
And even if they don't succeed altogether, meaning in terms of performance, because a person might not succeed. Even on that, at least now he or she knows what he is not able to do. Period. And that in itself is a great asset. Either to not try anymore or to get more fit for it. You see the idea? And if there is no more life left, to yes, that's what it is, Instead of living, I wish I would have. Oh, come on. You did what you could in that moment. You see? But then we die, with a big whim. I wish I would have. I wish I wouldn't have. And so on and so on. And our life is like that. So here, this word is very important. It says, enjoyership and doership are both negated in the wise person. Because the truth is that the self doesn't do. That the self doesn't enjoy. It is the jiva the does and enjoys. So, but if the person is a jiva mukta, he doesn't own up to the doership, he doesn't own up to the enjoyship, even though he still does.